Okay, so let's just look at a demo of our beta for now. So here you can see you just log in with your Twitter account and then connect your MetaMask, and then you're already on our platform. So there's two parts, basically. So there's the Twitter dashboard where you can engage and create tweets, and there's the challenges. So let's first look at a campaign. So we picked the Fantom DC campaign for now, and you can have all your interactions that you can normally do on Twitter, like liking. Of course, you can skip tweets, and of course also comment and retweet. So this you can see here. And all the actions you see right now, you can also check our Twitter account, and you can see that they are on Twitter. So like we are integrated with Twitter. So here you can see you can just create a tweet from the dashboard, and on the side you can already see like predefined hashtags and cache tags to make it easier for you, and to that you use the right hashtags and cache tags for each campaign. You also have team tweets. So here we see a tweet from Harry, so of course we like it. And then there's the second part, that's the challenges. So that's more like kind of quests in video games, like smaller tasks like liking, as you can see here, retweeting something, or also writing an article. So you can, like as a crypto project, you can run contests through Overdrive. And of course, you as a user also have like your profile where you can see all the stats. Yeah, so that was the first part, basically just to give you a first impression of what we're doing. And let me give you more of an overview of what Overdrive actually is. So basically, as a user, we reward you for your contributions to the community. So we have a lot of community members, and they all have different skills, like some are very good at creating content, others are great designers or can like translate documentation. And the goal is basically to unlock all of their potential. So crypto projects get the value that community members can provide, and community members, on the other hand, get rewarded for it. So basically, we are connecting crypto projects with their community, and basically help them to coordinate in a better way. So for users, it's basically want to gamify the community experience. That's a lot of buzzwords for basically saying we want to make active participation more fun. So we have different elements that allow us to gamify the whole thing. So one of it is token rewards. So as you have seen there with our Twitter integration, you can just create a tweet and you get rewarded for it. So especially for smaller creators, it has been very difficult to monetize their content, but with Overdrive they can. And the thing is that it's also automatic and transparent. So basically, after 48 hours, we look at the performance of your tweet, and you can claim the reward for it easily. And all the important statistics are on-chain as well, so it's transparent for you. We also added other video game-like elements. So there's like a reputation system. It's just like XP in RPGs. So basically, you level up over time. And yeah, the cool thing we did here is we made it a little bit more crypto-like. So the levels are actually represented by NFTs. So for projects, basically what you get is you get an incentivized and engaged community. So there's two parts to it. So first of all, maybe you already launched a couple of months ago, so you already have a user base. So with Overdrive, you can basically incentivize them to add value to the community. And of course, we also have the Overdrive user base. So there you already have people that have proven themselves in other projects, and they can also add value to your project. So what you can do is basically coordinate better, because you can, for example, if you have new product release, you can create challenges for your community members to really push that message forward and to make like a lot of content around it, and to even help with translations or whatever you need. So the goal is to basically make community engagement just more efficient and transparent. So as a crypto project, you have less manual work to do, because we automate a lot of the stuff behind the scenes. And you also get like a KPI dashboard where you can get all the important statistics that you can see, okay, what works, what kind of users engage, and what do they do. Yeah, so that's it from my side.
Okay. So yeah, why Fantom? So why we're building on Fantom? So Fantom is providing a great user experience and developer experience. So for user, it's simple, it's fast, cheap, there is liquidity, easy switching from other network like we know with MetaMask. Also for developers, so it's EVM compatible, there is oracles, NFTs, infrastructures, bridging, FTM scan, so everything we need. And the second and main point is of course the super strong community on Fantom, which is the core of our product. Why on blockchain? Which is a quite good question. So we wanted to bring the transparency on the post-to-earn economy. So each reward on its full calculation will be stored on-chain, on Fantom, and everyone will be able to see and understand why he got rewarded for his tweet, and also how he could improve his next reward and his engagement overall. And to fully embrace the cross-chain and multi-chain future, Overdrive is blockchain agnostic. So it will expand to other networks, but the proof of rewards will stay and remain stored on Fantom. So Fantom will remain the main network for Overdrive. So NFTs on Fantom. So our NFT journey on Fantom. So NFT takes an important place in the Overdrive ecosystem as collectibles, but also as in-game benefits. So we decide to go with the ERC 1155 for our NFT standard. So it allows for more flexibility during minting, and it has an in the attribute management for our NFT. When we started the Overdrive development, it was not yet implemented, I would say available on Fantom, so we decided to reach out the team, and it was really implemented in a couple of days, which was impressive and really helpful. So what's the place of our NFT on the Overdrive product? So the NFTs are used for level ups and to get in-game perks. So level ups lets the user access to greater rewards according to their engagement on the challenges, etc. So to conclude on this quick part, all our NFTs are fully compatible with the OpenSea format. So Bob will go in deeper details on that side with the next showcase.
All right.
Just press the... Yes.
All right, so I'm the lead engineer at Overdrive. I'm going to be talking a bit more about the technical stuff, the stuff that we came for. So I'm going to first discuss the technical requirements. At Overdrive, we're basically dealing with a lot of data, ETL, extract, transform, and load. We're tracking a lot of user activity. We got to scrape all the tweets. For each campaign, we can have up to 15 scraping jobs. A scrape job can involve not only scraping team member tweets, but also hashtags, cash tags, and relevant keywords. Another big challenge we had was bookkeeping, keeping all of the rewards active. One of our main challenges we had was making the app real time. Some of you developers know that Twitter doesn't like that. You cannot just scrape the API every minute. they'll block you. So we had to do a lot of interesting stuff that I'll start discuss. Before that, we also have to track the NFT ownerships. This may sound easy, but from a back-end perspective, we have to track the NFT ownership for every interaction the user does. So when the user likes a tweet, when they comment a tweet, etc., we have to keep tracking if they own the NFT. We track these NFTs because users can earn extra rewards if they stake these NFTs or when they own these NFTs. And then our next challenge was, how do we store these NFTs? Of course, it has to happen in a decentralized manner, and they have to remain permanent. And then this is something that's very important for me. I really believe in using standardized implementations. As a developer, I really hate it when you have to go through all of the documentations and nothing adds up. The responses aren't the same. So this was something that we really wanted to put some extra time in. And then, as I said, everything has to feel real time. It has to feel snappy. After all, it has to feel like a game. So for our technical solutions, we're a bit old school. We are not a Jamstack. We have a complete cloud infrastructure. We got a backend. We have APIs. We have workers. We're running all of the scrapers in a siloed environment. That means that we can have hundreds or thousands of scraping jobs working simultaneously. And it allows for good vertical scaling. This may sound very obvious, but it wasn't so obvious for us in the beginning. So in the beginning, we were using our API keys for everything, and we were quickly hitting the Twitter limits. So we basically moved on to using the user keys for all of the tweet activity. Not only is that important for scaling, but it will also make the Twitter activity seem organic, as every tweet is posted on the behalf of the user and not on behalf of Overdrive. In the beginning, we experimented with a lot of different databases. We started with a NoSQL solution. It made sense at the time. Just dump everything, not worrying about any structure or data formatting. But then we quickly realized that all of the tweets follow the same format, and relational databases do give us an upper advantage. At some point, we were also running a NoSQL and an SQL setup combined, where we were storing the tweets in MongoDB and having everything else in Postgres. It was a little bit quicker, but when you have to think about scalability, speed, and reliance, just the maintenance and the scalability, it was not worth it. So at the end, we just went for Postgres. Of course, we're catching everything. We're using Redis. Again, this is very important because everything has to feel instant. When the front end is loading data, it's all cached. I'm going to discuss a bit of the game mechanics. There are three main elements in Overdrive. We have reputation, influence, and levels. Reputation is basically the key of it all. Reputation is earned through interacting with tweets or challenges. So for example, when you post a tweet, you can earn 5 points, 5 reputation points. A challenge can be anything. It can be 100 points, it can be 1,000 points, it can be 10,000. It depends on the challenge. Reputation is required to level up, and of course, the higher level you are, the more rewards you get. Then next is influence. Influence is earned by only interacting with tweets. And it's something that's static. That's not static. It's always changing. It resets every 24 hours, meaning we are incentivizing our users to log in every day. The higher your influence is, the higher your reputation multiplier becomes. And then last but not least, we have levels. Users level up by earning reputation, but levels can also require additional requirements, including NFT ownership. So in the beginning, when you're level 1, you may only need 200 reputation points. But once you're level 60, you might have to own a particular NFT from a particular series. Or you may have to stake an NFT for 24 hours before you can unlock that level. And we hope to basically add a new level of mechanics to NFTs. At the moment, people are only collecting them and trading them and selling them, but there's not really much utility into that. And we hope to change that with this. Then some other factors that influence the reputation reward calculation are our native token, our Drive token. Drive tokens can be earned through interacting with the platform, and you can stake them too. The more Drive tokens you stake, the higher the rewards you get on your reputation. Campaigns can also have a unique multiplier effect. The default is 1, but that's up to our affiliates. And then last but not least, we have NFT ownership and staking, as I just explained earlier. So what you're looking at here is the reward formula. So we have the base reputation reward. This is basically what you earn for interacting. So let's say you post something on Overdrive. Your base reward is 5 points. Then we multiply this by your influence multiplier. Let's say it's 1.5. Now you have 7.5 reputation points. Staking multiplier is earned by staking Overdrive. If you stake 100 Drive tokens, you could earn a 1.005 multiplier effect, and so on. So as you can see, this can grow very quickly, and we really want to reward people that are active and participate. So every time the user does an interaction, we have to calculate the flow. So when the user performs an interaction, we calculate the latest influence score. Then we use that updated influence score to calculate the new reputation score. And then last but not least, we check if they have enough reputation to get upgraded to the next level. So proof of reward. Each calculation is hashed, and we upload each hash on the Fantom chain. We believe it's very important that everyone can check how they earn their rewards and that they can unhash the hash and verify that everything has been fair. We will be also publishing all of the bonuses, rewards, multiplier effects so that people can validate this. Last but not least, I wanted to go through the NFT creation flow. This has been quite interesting for us. We never worked with NFTs before. So we ended up using Pinata. They're really great guys. If you guys don't know them, I urge them to check them out. They basically built an entire infrastructure around IPFS. So with Pinata, you can easily pin NFTs, and they will remain there on the IPFS network. However, one issue with Pinata is that it's not fully decentralized because you're relying on a service to pin these images. Of course, anyone can pin them. So here at Overdrive, we also run our own IPFS node. But to just be sure, we also perma-pin them, and we perma-pin them on the Airwave protocol. The Airwave protocol is really interesting. They recently released a bridge that allows you to both publish your NFTs on the IPFS and on the Airwave protocol, creating a second layer of security. That way, if either network goes down, the NFT will remain online. Then the next step is, of course, to construct the metadata according to OpenSea standards. We went with OpenSea because they were one of the first ones that created guidelines. I'm sure that many front-end developers know how frustrating it can be when nothing adds up. For example, some NFTs come in the size of 150 by 150 pixels, others are 3000 by 3000. How do you display them? So we believe in embracing open standards because that's really important for the NFT space. Then, of course, you attach your NFT image in the metadata and you add the attributes. For Overdrive, this is really important because the NFTs come with unique attributes that play a role in the game. For example, some NFTs you can only stake if you have a minimal required level. Other NFTs they unlock higher rewards, more reputation, and bigger multiplier effects. At the moment, we decided to make it optional to permapin this because as we progress, we expect the game mechanics to change. So this just highlights that you don't want to put everything permanently on the blockchain because sometimes you do have to change things. Then step 4 is creating the ERC1155 token. And I just really want to thank Fantom because when we started working on this, they didn't support this yet. We reached out to them, and within a day, they added it to the network. So that's pretty cool, I must say. Of course, we just create them using a factory contract that we have deployed on the Fantom network, and then we just encode the IPFS URI into the token. And then last but not least, users can earn these NFTs through interacting with the app by like hidden as Easter eggs within the Twitter experience, but also they can earn them through completing challenges. We are currently working on a marketplace where users can share these NFTs, trade them, stake them, farm them, but they can also, of course, sell them on any market change that they would like. And that's it. Thank you. Oh.
Okay. Oh.
I just skipped a slide, but
No.
it is what it is.
Slide with the QR code? Okay.
So I thought we have some extra time. We could take some questions.
I think, yeah.
Sir, I have only one question for you.
Go ahead.
I think you know the question. When can I expect the seed sale?
So, to answer to this question, to be honest, I mean, it's kind of a bit out of the scope, but it's a soft launch. I mean, I aim to launch it. I mean, we already launched it, but we're kind of doing some stuff. But there is no fundraising around that project for the moment. I mean, yeah.
Slightly heartbreaking.
I think we were playing with the idea of doing that, but we really believe in making a good product before we put anything out there. And we were afraid if we were started to raise a lot of money before we have anything finished, that the investors will start, you know, changing the course of development.
Yeah, and also, I mean, that's a product where we're kind of rewarding and incentivize the fact that you're engaging with other project, and you will get this reward token for your engagement or the challenges you will complete, etc. So after the reflection, it makes sense to definitely launch it as a soft launch. On the first token that you will get is definitely the token that you will earn and be rewarded for your engagement on Twitter in this case. So yeah, so I hope that answered your question, Devesh, but
I honestly did not hear a clear yes or a no till now. I mean, this is really confusing. I mean, my heart is pounding. I need a yes or no.
no, the question is no then. The answer, sorry.
But thank you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Hey guys, thank you for your presentation. Really like what you're doing. It's really needed. Even if you're a project founder, I can use your product as well. The only question here is, what exactly is doing on the Fantom chain, and why?
Like I said earlier, I think that why we choose the Fantom chain is because we have a lot of microtransaction on NFT transactions. So the fact that for the users it's cheap and fast is super important. The second point is, of course, the strong community, because the Fantom community is our first user base on the core of our product. Because Overdrive works and will work based on the users, based on the user base on their engagement. And the third point is, of course, the fact that we want to bring the transparency, like I said, to the post-2N economy. So it's not like you will be rewarded and you don't know how you're rewarded and why you get this amount of tokens to be rewarded for. but you will be able to see and understand why and how you'll be rewarded, and this will be stored on the on-chain, on the Fantom chain.
Okay, another question. We also used this approach before Fantom pumped.
Okay.
And it was costly, but not so much, so we actually can easily afford it. But right now, if you're using that, who is paying fees? Because if you have many microtransactions and the Fantom pumped, like pretty heavy, so your costs are actually increasing, right? And the more your database, the more costs you'll have. So what is the business model to cover those costs at least?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, so I think there's two parts of it. We are having two tokens. We have the Drive token, which is the application token, and then we have the governance token. The Drive token you can stake and you can farm. There's a lot of farming going to go on. We'll also have, of course, a developer fund and one for the organization. And I expect that the returns we make by staking will cover all of the fees. But it's something that will be interesting to see how it goes. It's hard to tell.
So right now you're subsidizing the activity, right?
Correct.
But then your database, user base will grow. You will facing some big multiplier of costs, and you will try to cover it from.
Right.
somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
So in order to, we already thought about that. In order to continue interacting with the platform, you do have to put some drive into it. So for example, the first few levels, you can just interact on the platform and you just earn reputation. But let's say you're level 60 and you want to unlock level 61, then there will be more requirements. It's not only the reputation you have, but what are you staking on the network? We're still, it's a journey. It has been a long journey for us. The game mechanics aren't 100% defined yet, but we have been thinking about all of these things.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can answer that question.
Yeah.
It's about the business model, actually, because I think you guys didn't
No,
talk,
we don't.
yeah, didn't talk about that real quick, because it really answers your question. Basically, Overdrive will have clients, will have brands, right? So basically, at its core, Overdrive is a marketing tool for brands. Brands will pay a monthly subscription, 3 different tiers, and of course, with those, part of those fees will be distributed to the people, the members of the DAO, and the Drive is the DAO token, and the DRT is the sort of in-game token that has no monetary value, but is used to purchase level up NFTs. So it's a very nice in-game economy, and it's fully sustainable. Yeah. So initially, let's say the clients, the brands' fees, the cost that they pay monthly will go back to the treasury, and then eventually, once it's fully permissionless and decentralized, they will go back to the DAO token holders. I'm
Perfect.
also one of the original co-founders, and but I will, I'm stepping down as an advisor. But did this answer your question? And actually, why Fantom? Besides the network, of course, it's because Fantom has a really, really good community. We did have the idea of Overdrive that was born thanks to the efforts of the Fantom community. And we do believe that, seeing how the community itself is organized would really benefit of a tool like Overdrive. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, thank you, Simone.
You're welcome.
I think that there is one question. I think that the last, because we are almost out of time.
Okay, I quickly had 2 questions. Firstly was, how do you think you're going to account for Twitter bots increasing engagement on people's posts?
Right. So we're currently in the process of incorporating the business, but once we have that, we can get enterprise keys. And then once we have that, I think we're ready to go. So that's the last thing that we're waiting on.
Okay, and for your governance token, can you expand a bit more on that? I may have missed it, but like, how do you get that? Is that going to have a sale? Like, what's the kind of difference?
Simona?
Oh, I can
Yeah.
go into it, maybe. So if you just engage with tweets, you will earn DRT. So that's like the in-app token. But then you use the DRT to collect NFTs, and these NFTs represent your level, right? And you stake the NFTs, and that's how you basically tell us that you're a committed user, that you're not just farming and dumping. And that's when you earn Drive. So that's when you earn the governance token. That's the difference.
Thank you.
And there's not, just to be clear, there's not going to be any sale, so it's a full fair launch. And the people that will participate in the beta test, but the beta launch that is going on, actually it's kind of paused right now, but will resume shortly. They will receive a retroactive airdrop, of course, so very similar to all the other fair launches that we've seen. So earn and all the kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yes, so thank you. And one last thing, that we have some T-shirts that are NFTs too. So if you want this T-shirt on the NFT that is associated with, will be. I mean, we have a booth in our room. You could just come to us. We'll just distribute some. So we don't have an unlimited supply. So
You're the first NFTs on Overdrive.
yes, also
Yeah, it's
too.
pretty cool.
So thank you guys.